So here are the materials we'll be needing, starting with a 4.5mm hook, our various colors of cotton yarn. I'm taking a 4.5mm hook because my yarn is a little bit thinner and I want my work to be a little bit chunkier. And you can use a scissor and also a darning needle to scrape off your excess yarn and sew them in behind your work after your work is done. So we start with our slip knot. Just make a loop and insert your hook and simply stretch your yarn, and we have our working yarn ready. So we start by chaining 3, as simple as that. We chain 3 and then we simply go inside that very first loop. So here we go, we have our chain 3 and we will go inside that very first loop and we will simply make a slip knot. So we are going to go inside that very first chain. We're going to pull a loop, 2 loops on our hook, and then we pull through the first loop from our second loop. So we are going to work inside that very circle you see. We're going to work inside that circle. Make sure to not be confused and go inside your chain, but rather going inside that circle in between. So you just chain 1 and then you yarn over and we start making our double crochet. So we are going to make 3 double crochet and then I'm going to show you what we are going to do. So we start off with chaining 1, yarning over, and then making our 3 double crochet. So like I said, do not go inside that chain, but rather go inside that circle. So do not confuse your circle with your chain, the first chain that you just slip stitch in. So you go inside that very circle I'm showing you, yarn over. First you chain 1 and then you yarn over and go inside that circle, and then we start making our double crochet. We start with making 3 double crochet. So we make our 1 double crochet, yarn over, we are making our second double crochet, and then we finish off with our third double crochet. And we finish off with our third double crochet, not finishing off, but after making our third double crochet, what we're going to do is very simple. We simply chain 2 and we continue making our 3 double crochet again. So here we go, we have our 3 double crochet together, and make sure to always adjust those 3 double crochet after you're done. So we chain 2 and we make 3 double crochet again. So keep on adjusting your 3 double crochet, make sure to shift them so that you have space in your circle and you don't have to squeeze in. So I'm going inside and making 3 double crochet again, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, and then yarn over, 3 double crochet, pulling 2, pulling our last 2, chain 2 again and make 3 double crochet again. So we're going to repeat this twice again. So we are going to have 4 sides, total of 4 corners, and total of 4 times repeating our 3 double crochet and chaining twice after our 3 double crochet. So we are going to have 4 sides, making sure we make 3 double crochet 4 times inside the circle and chaining 2 and making 3 double crochet. So I'm going to squeeze in, so I'm going to shift my 3 double crochet and chain 2 and make our last 3 double crochet for the row. So we're going inside that circle, working inside that circle. So we will make our 3 double crochet after chaining 2. We chain 2 because we are creating corners, the corners that we will work in our second row. So how are we going to finish our first row? It's very simple. You do not chain twice, but you simply yarn over and go inside that very first stitch you created in the beginning of your row. Go inside that chain I show you and you simply go inside 3 loops on the loop and take through all the loops. That's a half double crochet, and then we proceed by making our second row. So since we are making a color block granny square, we are going to be changing our color. It's very simple. You simply just take your scissor and cut off your yarn because you do not need that color anymore, so why keep it? And then we are just going to switch to a different color, whichever color. I'm choosing a bright purple color, also known as lavender, a little bit darker shade of lavender, not really a lilac shade. So then I'm gonna pull that pink loop to make sure that my loop is secure, my other color loop is secure, and then I'm just gonna take my working yarn, the color I'm gonna work with, and I'm just gonna chain 1, the beginning of my work, and after chaining 1, simply go behind our work and we take our tails, the old tail and the new color tail, and we simply make a knot and make sure that our work is secure. And later when we are done with our granny square, our tails do not prevent our work from coming off or wearing off. So we're going to make a knot and make sure work is secure and tight. And then I am going to proceed with making our second row. All we are going to do is that since we are making corners, I'm just going to yarn over, and in that very gap in between my last row in the corner, I'm going to proceed with making 3 double crochet. So after chaining 1, I'll make 3 double crochet in that gap between my corners. So for corners, you make 3 double crochet. So since this is the beginning of the row, so we're just gonna make 3 double crochet, and then we will simply chain 1 and move to our next corner. Alright, so we will do this corner, we'll make that corner. What we'll do is chain 1 and make 3 double crochet inside that corner, that gap in between my first 3 double crochet row. So I'm just gonna make my 3 double crochet very fast. Then I am going to chain 2 because I will make another 3 double crochet in that same space. So for corners, we make 3 double crochet, chain 2 and make 3 double crochet again, making sure our granny square keep on increasing. So for corners, you can do this, and to make that proper corner, you can chain 2, you can chain 3 as well. For me, so simply chain 2. I'm just gonna chain 1 and move to my other corner. So remember, when you are moving from one corner to other corner, you just chain 1. But when you're working in the corner, you chain 2 to create that corner space. So in between our 2 rows of 3 double crochet simultaneously inside that very same stitch, chaining 2 because we're creating 6 double crochet total inside that very same space, and we want a space in between our 3 double crochet and another 3 double crochet, and that is the reason we create 2 chains to make a space in between them. So making our 3 double crochet, and since we are moving to another corner, we simply chain 1. So remember, when you are moving from one corner to other corner, you just simply chain 1. But when we are working inside the corner, you make your 3 double crochet. So 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, and yarn over 3 double crochet, and you simply chain twice, okay, chain 1, chain 2, and proceed with making 3 double crochet again in that same space. So we create a little space in between our 2 simultaneous 3 double crochet, and that is the reason we chain twice. So we are moving to another corner, we are simply gonna chain once. And now to finish off our row, we chain 1 since we are just going inside that corner, and we're gonna make 3 double crochet inside that corner, because for corners, like I said, we have 3 double crochet twice, making twice 2 chains in between those 3 double crochet. So finishing off my 3 double crochet together, make sure to squeeze and make some space. So we're not going to chain twice to keep a space in between those 3 double crochet. Instead, we just yarn over, go inside that very first stitch you see, go inside that stitch we created in our last row, not last row, this row, beginning of our work, and yarn over, pull through all 3. There you go, we have our second row, and now we proceed with making our third row. So we're going to change color again. For me, I'm taking a different color now. I switched to a pastel yellow color. So I'm going to chop off that yarn because I do not need that color anymore. Switching to a lighter version of color. So here we go. I'm taking this beautiful pastel yellow color and I'm switching the color. Make sure to pull your last tail to secure your new color knot. So when you insert that color, your work is secure. So since we are already familiar with how to work in the corners, we start with chaining 1, and in that very gap of our last row and between our 3 double crochet together, we're just gonna make 3 double crochet, and then we're gonna chain 2 and make 3 double crochet again. But since we are starting our work, we're just gonna make 3 double crochet because when we end our row, we're going to reach that portion. So we're just gonna make 3 double crochet, and then we are going to chain 1 and proceed with our next space. So we're just going to chain 1 since we are moving to 1 space. So now we have a middle portion. I'm just gonna put my tail behind, I don't need it. So we are going to make 3 double crochet in the middle portion, that's all, nothing more than that. So we simply chain 1 and we make 3 double crochet in the middle portion. But when it's about corner, we make 3 double crochet twice, and in between those 3 double crochet twice, we chain twice. So we're just chaining 1 since we are moving to that corner. So please follow the instruction I've stated above and your granny square is going to be flawless. So we are making 3 double crochet, and since we are working in the corner, we are going to chain twice, and then we'll make another 3 double crochet in that same space. So chain twice and make our 3 double crochet. That chaining twice creates a space in between our 3 double crochet. So make sure to keep that space, keep your work properly aligned. So I have my corner, so I'm just chaining 1 because I'm moving to that middle portion. I'm going to make 3 double crochet in that middle portion. So 3 double crochet in the middle portion and 2 3 double crochet in between those 3 double crochet, chain twice in the corners. Follow the instruction and then I'll get back to you until I finish off there, and I'm going to show you what we are going to do.